A couple of months ago, my friend sent me a photo of our two other friends, and it was a photo of them from freshman year. To that, I replied with a truly astute answer. They look the same, but older. I know, guys, Sherlock is currently shaking in his boots. But honestly, as dumb as that answer was, that's truly how I feel now turning 18. Turning 18, I can say I don't feel any differently, even though I'm legally an adult. Because of my upcoming adulthood, I've been thinking a lot about the lessons I've learned, how much I've changed, and the advice that I would give to people under the age of 18. So here's everything I've realized from turning 18. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nia TV. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my iPad for notes. So glad to have her back, by the way. You should go check that video out. Everything I'm about to say in this video might seem really simple, and it is. I never claimed to be the most profound person in the world, but I also think that people, especially young people, don't realize that life really is that simple sometimes. And a big part of growing up and maturing is learning to appreciate the simple things and also implement those simple ways of thinking into your lifestyle, because that will make your life just so much easier. Also, I think it's right for you guys to know I haven't mastered any of this stuff yet because no one's perfect. I'm still young and I still have a long way to go. I think this would be a good video for me to make again, maybe later down the line when I'm graduated college and kind of experiencing post-college life, because I would like to see where my perspectives have changed and what new advice I could bring to the conversation. So if you're interested in seeing that, subscribe and come back in a couple of years. Now that we finally got that out of the way, let's get started. The first thing I would like to highlight is the importance of taking accountability. Accountability for your mistakes just makes life so much easier. It makes relationships so much smoother because it's like a really big part of communication and maturing. And just thinking about it, there are moments in my life that keep me up at night because I know I will never get to go back and take accountability for that. Whether that's saying something really unintentionally hurtful to a friend, or doing something really embarrassing, or hiding my hands when I throw stones when I should really just own up to what I said or what I did. If you don't take accountability, then you're gonna carry that guilt with you forever. I guess what I'm learning now is just to accept that, because that's also a part of life. Sometimes you don't get to apologize to other people. Sometimes people don't want to hear it. Sometimes they're completely out of your life. Sometimes they pass away after you said something really hurtful, and there's no way you can go back. So that's why, if you're seeing this, I would start implementing accountability into your relationships now. Like, whether you made a small mistake, just own up to it. Be like, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong and I'll work to be better. And people are always gonna make mistakes, but it really matters what you do after that mistake that makes life just so much easier. The next thing I want to talk about is the importance of confidence. So if you guys go back to any of my other advice videos, whether that's like my New Year's stuff or my going back to school social tips, I would say that confidence is always something that I talk about because that's something that's like really affected me. I'm a firm believer that insecurities and embarrassment are truly what hold you back from your true potential, and they hold you back from doing what you love. My YouTube channel is a really big example of this. Sometimes I'll take extended breaks from my YouTube channel. Sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes I'm really busy and don't have time to film or edit. But a lot of the time, I'm also feeling really insecure about having a YouTube channel in the first place because I lack the confidence to put myself out there and to be honest with everybody about what I love to do. It's also something that I really love to do. I love visual media. I love content creation. And my YouTube channel is like a really big part of my life because it is my life. And insecurity has always held me back from vlogging one of my favorite moments or even enjoying having a YouTube channel when it is a positive thing. But the truth is, you just need to let that go and put yourself out there. Get out of your comfort zone, because why are you letting one emotion, one feeling of insecurity stop you from living your life? You only have one life to live, guys. Just do that thing. I can say this proudly. The best things I've done in life and the most fun things I've done in life were when I had that confidence, when I let go of all my insecurities. Like, for example, talking to people. I'm usually a really shy person, which may be surprising to a lot of you. And it's really hard for me to make new friends and move in new environments because of that shyness. I'm like, I don't know what to say to these people. Like, I'm scared. Just everything is so overwhelming. But then when I realize, what am I scared for? Why am I scared to talk to these people? I know who I am. I like myself. And these people may like me too. I may find a best friend out of just talking. So really just go put yourself out there. Like, do something that's out of your comfort zone. And I've made so many friends from it. I've had the best experiences from it. And what matters is that you put yourself out there and then you'll have a great time. You'll be happy, you'll thrive, and maybe you'll be successful in whatever career thing you wish to do if you just get rid of your insecurities. But yeah, that's one of my biggest pieces of advice because that has definitely affected me so much. And I can just say, fake it till you make it, honestly. Like, no one's gonna know that you lack confidence if you just put yourself out there anyway and go out of your comfort zone, and then that confidence will start building up in you and it'll become natural. Another thing that I want to talk about is the importance of silence. Everything in this world is truly overwhelming. Whenever you could sit in silence or just mind your business and meditate, you're actually just gonna choose to scroll on your phone. Let's say you're standing in line in the grocery store. Instead of just sitting in silence and waiting your turn in line, you pick up your phone and you immediately start scrolling. Nowadays, everything is noisy because there are so many options aside from silence, but you really need silence to reflect on yourself, on your day, to pay attention to your emotions, to just be present in the moment because you have one life to live and you're wasting it. And guys, you may say, well, Nia, we see you on your phone all the time. We see you on your computer all the time. Nia, you're always talking to the freaking wall. When are you ever quiet? And you may have me there, except for the fact that you don't know that I went to a Quaker school. Basically, if you don't know what Quakerism is, it's a religion, and Quakerism is very focused on simplicity and stuff like that. And every week, there's something that we go to called Meeting for Worship. We always had it on Wednesdays during school, and we would go into the meeting house and all sit in silence. Like, if you guys know that trend on TikTok where people are like raw dogging silence for 30 minutes, raw dogging silence for 45 minutes to an hour. Like, baby, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, okay? I have been raw dogging silence since 2020. Yup, and I can say it's given me so much time to reflect on my life. Like, I really was not into it at first, and it really is something that you have to practice. But things can just get so overwhelming that I'm glad that I had that space to just go and be quiet. That's also part of the reason why I started making those silent vlogs, because I just felt really overwhelmed by social media sometimes, or like anything else that was going on in my life. So I was like, you know what? These vlogs are gonna provide a space for myself and somebody else to just be still and just watch like something very simple. So another thing I will say about sitting in silence is that it also fuels your creativity. Like, guys, I came up with this entire video idea just by sitting at home in front of nothing and just thinking about my life so far. And then I got to videos that I wanted to make, and then I was like, wait, this is the perfect time to combine them both because I know somebody out there really needs to hear this video. Like, the best things I've ever thought of have come from just sitting in silence and giving myself the time to process everything. You know what I mean? And life only gets busier, so I highly recommend that you guys provide a space for yourself, whether that's through meditation, journaling, or sitting in silence. The next thing I want to talk about is embracing failure and loss. So guys, I feel like the half of it hasn't even hit me yet because I haven't entered college yet. I'm still living my little high school life, kikiing. But you know, the older you get, the more I feel failure and loss is gonna hit you harder. And I feel like a lot of juniors and seniors will understand this because you guys are entering the college process, and a lot of you seniors may get rejected or waitlisted from your dream school. And if that's happened to you, I'm so sorry, and you can relate to what I'm about to say. Rejection is redirection. And if you're Christian like me, you know that if God closes a door, he always opens a window. Amen. And yeah, I feel like in the moment, once you face rejection, it's obviously gonna hurt. And guys, I'm just gonna say it, like, sometimes feel free to cry that out in your pillow, write it down in your journal, take silence to process that failure and that loss, take a walk, and you're gonna have to get back up. You can't sit in that emotion forever. I am a true believer of you should feel everything that you're experiencing and then let it go, because you know what? The world is not gonna wait for you. You need to get up and rebound. Once plan A fails, have plan B, C, D, E, F, G until something works and a new opportunity will open for you. It's the truth. Along this topic, I want to read a quote to you guys. So this is actually very embarrassing. As some of you may know, I was a really big fan of Miraculous Ladybug.
Give me 10.
For, I want to say 10 years. I've been a fan of that show for 10 years. Concerning, right? Very, extremely concerning. Anyways, so I stopped watching the show in embarrassingly 8th grade. I recently decided to rewatch the show because I kept seeing TikToks about it and I was just like, you know what? Like, there's new episodes, there's new seasons. Let me just catch up with this. Plus, when all else fails, go back to that thing that made you laugh. Go back to that thing that made you joyous, even if it's stupid. Like, you know what I mean? That's why this video is called I Look the Same But Older, because you know what? I am the same person at the end of the day. If I was a huge fan of that show, guaranteed I'm gonna be watching it into my 30s. Guaranteed. Oh, like, I'm such a nerd, like, whatever. Like, anyway. Back to the point. On this latest rewatch, I got to either season 4 or 5, and there was this one really good quote that stood out to me. I was like, whoa, who wrote this? Because this doesn't feel like a kid's show at all. I'm gonna read it to you. He says, experiencing loss is a part of life, but it doesn't define it. What really matters is the ability to accept changes within ourselves. It's accepting that even if life doesn't give us what we were hoping for, the real gift is life itself. Guys, I just want you to just sit on that quote for a minute. That is such a good quote, and it's such like a hopeful, positive take on loss and failure. And honestly, the point of me saying that quote, it's basically reiterating what I was just saying. Like, you may not always get what you want in life, but that doesn't mean that there's not something else for you. And you need to accept those losses, accept those failures, and move on because you're alive. That is the most important part. Had to put that there, even though it's super embarrassing, like, girl, but it's the truth. It's a really good quote, and you should put that on your wall. I'm gonna put that in my dorm, trust. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is the importance of friendships. So I don't think I would be as happy as I am right now if I didn't have the friends that I have. My circle is very small. I'm okay with that. I honestly don't think that you need to have a 30-person friend group to feel really fulfilled in life. As long as those people are always there to support you, uplift you, give you advice, like just to go out with, just to laugh with, just know that you're gonna be okay. I don't really have that much to say to this right now, but just know it's always important to like have a circle and have people that you can talk to. Next is the importance of independence. So I kind of have it listed like that just because I was spitballing while I was writing this down. I said next to it, not following the group and doing what makes you happy, don't give in to peer pressure. So like I was saying before, I promise you, nothing that happens in high school matters. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Just because everybody else is doing something and they're like, oh, this is so cool, that doesn't mean that you should do it. That also doesn't mean that you have to do it. Be your own person and be satisfied with that. Even if somebody doesn't think you're cool or you don't get invited out places again, maybe that's just not where you need to be. I feel like I've always been that person. I haven't really given into peer pressure that much in my life. And I just like, I really don't care. Like if somebody is going out and having a party and I'm not there, I'm like, okay, like go you, I don't really care. And I'm just doing my own thing, honestly. At the end of the day, it's just you. Make sure to take care of yourself. I feel like the older you get, the more pressure there's gonna be to try certain things or do certain things. A lot of the people around you might not be looking out for your best interest. So just don't like follow them. Like if you don't feel like doing something, don't do it, and be your own person and be happy with that. And there will be a group of people that will come your way because you like to do what you like to do, and they might also be interested in doing the things that you like to do, and they like that you're yourself. Like that's honestly the best thing that you can do. Along those lines, stop comparing yourself to others. Why would you need to be jealous of what somebody else has? You don't know how they got that. You don't know why they have that, and you don't know what else is going on in their life. Like just be satisfied with what you have. I feel like with social media, it's so easy to just like get swept up in, oh, this girl's skinnier than me, this girl's richer than me, she has the boyfriend that I want, da 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 da. Like it doesn't matter. Be happy with what you have, and if you don't have it, go work to get it. Honestly, if you're not satisfied with your life, you're always free to change something, just like other people online are doing. And you don't need to compare yourself to others because you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Another thing I want to talk about is the importance of kindness. You never know what somebody's going through, so always extend a helping hand, be kind, offer a smile, be nice to that person, even if they're mean to you. And also part of like being kind is realizing that other people will not always be kind to you. They don't owe you that. But I feel like you should always model kindness and be the light that you want to see in others. People like kind and confident and happy people. Maybe your kindness could also really help somebody out when they're struggling. Your smile just goes a long way, and you can completely change their day for the better. Even though people won't always be kind to you, be kind to others because you don't know what they're going through. And also it just makes your life so much more peaceful instead of being mad and mean all the time. So just be kind. I learned all those lessons somewhere along the way, and I'm still working on implementing everything into my life just because I'm trying to make my life easier. I've been thinking a lot about change recently, and that's really where this video came from. So I hope that this video was able to help you guys, and yeah, happy birthday to me by the time this comes out. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!